Can a cloud burst? Yes, it can. And when it does, it causes water to pour from the skies that can cause landslides, flash floods, and can cause heavy damages to life and property. But what is a cloudburst? Let's look at a comparison. Here is a balloon filled with lots of water. Now if you go on filling with more and more water, the weight of the water in the balloon and the size of the balloon goes on increasing. At some point, the balloon will not be able to hold the weight of the water and the balloon will burst. When the balloon bursts, all the water will suddenly pour down. Something similar happens during a cloud burst. It's like bursting of a cloud carrying lots of water in it. Rest of this video, I will talk about cloud burst, their causes and what we can do about them. I hope you will like this video. In this channel, we make a best effort to make complex topics simple. I would request you to subscribe to my channel, so hit that subscribe button. I had a target of 1000 subscribers, but so far I've got only 140. I really need your help to increase subscribers to my channel. So just hit and break that subscribe button. Now coming back to the topic of cloud bursting. Last month on 12 July 2021, a cloud burst caused flash flood in Dharamshala, Himachal Pradesh. A month earlier in May, there were about 24 reported cases of cloud burst in various places of Uttarakhand. In 26 July 2005, a cloud burst in Mumbai caused more than 1,000 deaths and large-scale damages. Similarly, in June 15, 2030, a cloud burst in Kedarnath killed more than 5,000 people and left about 84,000 people stranded for several days. So, how does a cloud burst happen? To understand that, we need to understand cloud formation and rains. The first step in clouds formation is vaporization. When the sun shines over the ocean, the water on the surface of the water warms up and vaporizes. When the sun shines on the land, the surface of the land is heated up and the moisture present in the surface of the land vaporizes. The plants and trees absorb water through their roots and transpires most of this water from the leaves. This is called evapotranspiration. Ice and snow directly vaporize to form water vapor through a process called sublimation. When the water vaporizes, it races up vertically in the air due to convection currents. Higher in the atmosphere, the pressure is less and thus air expands. When the air expands, the temperature is distributed and it becomes cooler. Due to this cooling, the vapor condenses and forms suspended water droplets in the atmosphere and forms cloud. When more and more condensation happens, the cloud will not be able to hold the water anymore and the water rains from the sky. The rains are sometimes light or sometimes the rains can be very heavy. To know how heavy or how light, we need to measure rain. But how do we measure rainfall? Rain is measured using a rain gauge. There are different types of rain gauges, but a simple rain gauge is an 8-inch diameter open funnel which will collect the rainwater and fills a tube under it. We measure rainfall in millimeters or centimeters over an area, say Bangalore, London, and over a period of time, say an hour or a day. We can say there was 1 millimeter of rain in Bangalore yesterday. 1 millimeter of rainfall is equal to 1 liter of water rain over a square meter area, which is like 1 million liters of water in a square kilometer. So we know how much water is 1 millimeter of rain. Now, if this 1 millimeter rainfall is over an hour, is the rain light or heavy? It is light. If the rainfall is less than 4 millimeter per hour, the rain is said to be light or moderate. Between 4 millimeter and 8 millimeter per hour, the rain is considered heavy. If the rainfall is greater than 8 mm per hour, then it is very heavy rain. So how much rain is a cloudburst? If the rainfall is more than 100 mm per hour, it is called a cloudburst. 100 mm? So the rain is 12 times more than very heavy rain? My God, that's a lot of rain. Now we know how much rain is a cloudburst. Let's understand what causes the cloudburst. We learned earlier that clouds are formed when vaporized air moves up due to air currents and reaches high up in the sky. When this moist air moves up gradually in a slow uprising, cumulus clouds are formed. Cumulus clouds are the most common clouds that we see in the sky. It looks puffy, cotton-like or fluffy. Very cute too. These clouds are high up in the air, but related to the other cloud which I'll be talking about now, it is low. When there's a gradual uprising of moist air, cumulus clouds are formed. But if there's a rapid uprising of air currents, cumulonimbus clouds can be formed. Even the cumulonimbus cloud starts as cumulus clouds, but due to a rapid uprising, it becomes very dense and starts towering like a mountain. While most of the cumulus clouds lie within 2000 meter altitude, cumulonimbus clouds can generally grow to 12 kilometers peak and can even grow as high as 21 kilometers into the sky. 21 kilometers? That is like double the height a Boeing airplane would fly. But what causes cumulonimbus clouds to form? One of the most common reasons for the formation of cumulonimbus clouds is the terrain or the shape of the land. A cumulonimbus cloud can form in a place that has mountains on all three sides and a deep valley in between. This type of terrain is called a dead-end topography. When the wind flowing in this valley moving towards the dead end hits the side of the mountain at the dead end, it causes an upward lift of the air. Such a lift is called an orographic lift. As usual, when it moves upwards, the air pressure decreases and the wind expands. At high altitudes, the temperature is less, condensation takes place and water droplets are formed, causing clouds to form. Normally, when there is enough water in the cloud, it would rain. But in a dead-end topography, more wind continues to flow, which prevents the rainfall. Instead, it continues to lift the cloud higher, higher and higher. Due to the orographic lift, more clouds are pushed upwards and the water droplets stick closer together and the cloud becomes thick and heavy. At one point, the cloud becomes so heavy that the airlift cannot hold the clouds up and suddenly the entire accumulated water in the cloud starts pouring and causes heavy rains. Remember the balloon bursting? These rains are so heavy that sometimes it causes a flash flood. In places like Uttarakhand, the higher mountains are made of volcanic rocks, but the lower ranges are made of sedimentary rocks. These flash floods erode the sedimentary rocks. The eroded boulders and mud flows down along with the water. This flood can be so heavy that it can destroy everything that comes in the way. It uproots trees, breaks buildings, and could cause heavy loss to human, plants, and animal life. And maybe if it happens in New York, the Empire State Building too. It does not always have to be dead-end topography that causes a cloudburst. We have seen cloudburst on seashores too. A cloudburst happened in Mumbai in 2005, which caused loss of several lives and property. However, on the seashore, the causes are a little different. Due to large amount of seawater, there is a heavy vaporization happening. When this moist wind from the sea flows towards the land, instead of the mountain, it hits a wall of hot air from the land and this causes the uplift of moist air, sometimes causing the cumulonimbus clouds. Now that we know how cloudburst could happen, what can we do about it? One of the reasons for cloudburst in Uttarakhand is man-made. There are about 70 hydropower projects or dams in Uttarakhand. The dam is a barrier that stops or restricts flow of water. When it restricts water flow, huge storage of backwaters are formed behind these dams. The surface water where vaporization happens is increased a lot due to these backwaters. Due to heavy vaporization, the frequency and intensity of cloudbursts have also increased heavily. To avoid this, instead of tidal projects, we should consider more natural sources of electricity like wind energy or solar energy. Another thing that will help is to increase forest cover. Increasing forest cover will not reduce cloudburst, but it will reduce the impact. It will prevent landslides that follow a cloudburst, as the trees will prevent the erosion of rocks and soil. Another thing we can do is review different topographies and identify the areas of risk and shift human settlement from there. We can build micro-monitoring and warning systems. Doppler Radar is an equipment which is used to predict wind speed, rains, and it can also detect cloudbursts. The Doppler Radar system sends a microwave into the atmosphere, and some of these rays are reflected back. The reflected rays are measured and used to predict the weather. We can use Doppler Radar to detect the weather conditions a few hours in advance. Once identified, we need an effective mechanism to relay warning to the affected people. In 2013, at Kedarnath, an intensive rain was predicted, but the warning could not be relayed effectively, and now we know the consequences it had. So, what did we learn today? We learned how surface water vaporizes and how it moves up in the air and then it cools down and condenses to form clouds. In some terrains like a dead-end topography, the air current hits the mountain side at the dead end and starts causing an uplift of the air called the orographic lift. This orographic lift causes the cumulonimbus clouds, which is a dense, large and tall cloud with lots of water in it. When this cloud cannot hold the water anymore, it may pour down and it rains at more than 100 mm per hour. Such a rainfall is called a cloudburst. Cloudburst happens due to natural causes, but there are also some man-made causes, like backwaters in the dams of hydropower projects. Planting trees helps reduce impact of the after effects of a cloudburst by preventing erosion of soil. We also learned that micro-monitoring system based on the Doppler radar and warning systems will help a long way in reducing casualties in case of a cloudburst. Hope you like this video. In this channel, we make a best effort to make complex topics simple. I would request you to subscribe to my channel, so hit that subscribe button. I had a target of 1,000 subscribers, but so far I've got only 140. I really need your help to increase subscribers to my channel. So just hit and break that subscribe button. Thank you!